9-year-old Lily Carson had eyes far older than her age, eyes that had seen more sorrow than most adults do in a lifetime. Ever since the car accident 6 months earlier that took both her parents, she had barely spoken, rarely smiled, and spent most of her time in silence at the small, rural farmhouse she now shared with her grandmother, Eleanor. One gloomy fall afternoon, Lily wandered to the edge of the woods that bordered their backyard. As she picked her way through the fallen leaves, something caught her eye. A limp figure nestled in the underbrush. A German shepherd lay there, his coat matted with dried blood and dirt. One of his legs was bent at a terrible angle. He wasn't moving. Something about the stillness of the dog's body mirrored the loss inside her, the same emptiness that had settled over her heart the moment she realized her parents were gone. A sudden pain welled up inside her. What if someone loved this dog like she loved her mom and dad? Could she really just walk away? With trembling hands, Lily knelt beside him. For a moment, it seemed like he wasn't breathing, until his chest gave a faint rise and fall. It was enough. Without speaking a word, Lily turned and ran home as fast as her legs would take her. "Grandma!" she cried, panting. "There's a dog in the woods. He's hurt bad." Eleanor saw something in Lily's face she hadn't seen since the day of the accident. Urgency, emotion, connection. Without hesitation, she grabbed her old first aid kit and followed her granddaughter back into the trees. Together, they wrapped the injured dog in a blanket and gently placed him in the wagon. Since coming to live with her grandmother, Lily had never asked for anything. Not toys, not dessert, not even a birthday cake. Seeing her granddaughter plead, her cheeks streaked with tears and dirt, Eleanor didn't think twice. The nearest vet clinic was struggling financially and lacked the equipment to treat such a severe case. "We can ease his pain," the vet said gently, "but he needs more help than we can offer." "Can we take him home?" Lily asked, voice shaking. "I'll help. I'll do everything." Eleanor hesitated, but only for a heartbeat. She had been a nurse once, and more importantly, she was a grandmother who saw what this meant to Lily. That evening, they cleared out a space in the sunroom. They laid down towels and an old mattress. Lily named the dog Buddy and sat by his side as Eleanor began treating his wounds. The next few days were tough. Buddy barely moved. He winced in pain, refused food, and flinched at touch. Eleanor cooked soft pieces of chicken while Lily offered him water from her hands. She stayed close, whispering gently and drawing pictures of him each day. On the 5th day, Buddy let out a low growl, not from fear, but from instinct. The next day, his eyes followed Lily's movements across the room. When his tail thumped against the floor, Lily let out a laugh that filled the quiet room. Each morning brought a little hope, a shift in position, a paw planted to the ground. Lily taped every progress drawing to the wall like little milestones. After 2 weeks, Buddy managed to stand, shaky but determined. The porch became their first destination, then the yard, and later the gravel road by the cornfield. Each limping step Buddy took pulled Lily further out of the shell she'd lived in since the accident. Before Buddy came into her life, Lily didn't speak at school. She avoided classmates, sat alone during recess under the old maple tree, and drew quietly in her sketchbook. She didn't dislike people. She just didn't know how to talk anymore. But Buddy changed all that. After school, she ran home to see him. She told him everything, the clouds, the tough math test, even her dreams of her parents. Buddy didn't talk, but his eyes listened, and that was enough. Slowly, Lily began opening up to the world. She waved at the mail carrier, asked the librarian for a dog training book, and once helped a younger student tie their shoe without being asked. One Sunday morning, she laughed, a real laugh, when Buddy tried chasing a squirrel and tripped in a pile of leaves. It was the first time Eleanor had heard that laugh in over 6 months. Tears welled in her eyes, not from sadness, but from relief. By spring, Lily agreed to go on her first school field trip since her parents' passing. The destination was a familiar one, a nearby forest that bordered their farmland. But dogs weren't allowed, so Buddy had to stay home. She kissed his head before leaving. "I'll tell you all about it when I get back," she whispered. The trip began well, but by afternoon, dark clouds rolled in. As rain started falling, teachers began gathering the students, but Lily had wandered off to sketch by a stream. Alone, disoriented, and now soaked, she couldn't find her way back. Fear overtook her. Her shoes slipped in the mud as she called out, "Hello? Anyone?" No answer. Then she remembered her grandmother's advice. If you get lost, stop moving. Let someone find you. She curled up on a rock, shivering. Buddy would find me, she murmured. And somehow, he did. A rustling in the trees, a soaked shape pushing through the underbrush. It was him, muddy, limping, panting, but there. "Buddy!" she cried. She tried to run to him, but slipped. Her foot gave way, and she tumbled toward a muddy drop. In a heartbeat, Buddy lunged forward, his injured legs straining, slamming into her just in time to stop her fall. He twisted beneath her, absorbing the impact. They rolled down together, tangled in mud and leaves. When they stopped, Lily was scraped, but safe. Buddy was still. "Buddy," she whispered. He didn't move, just shallow, uneven breaths. She pressed her forehead to his fur. "You found me," she said softly. "Now I have to help you." She remembered something she'd read, how hearing a loved one's voice can pull someone back. So she spoke, about the squirrel, about school, about how he made her feel safe again. She ended with, "I love you. You're my best friend. Don't go." Time passed. Then his ear flicked. "Buddy?" she gasped. Voices echoed through the trees. Teachers arrived, rushing with blankets and kits. "He's breathing. That's good." At the animal hospital, Buddy was rushed into surgery. Lily waited in silence, curled in her wet hoodie. Eleanor joined her minutes later and wrapped her in a hug. "He's stable," the vet finally said. "But it's serious. We've stopped the bleeding. Now we wait." Lily was allowed to see him. Tubes and wires covered his small body. She climbed onto a stool and whispered into his ear, "You saved me. Now rest, okay?" She talked until she couldn't anymore. And then, his nose twitched. "He moved!" she shouted. Recovery took time, weeks of healing and infections, but each day, Buddy got stronger. And so did Lily. She sketched his recovery. The story spread around town, not because Buddy was a hero, but because Lily had been one first. Donations came pouring in. Food, blankets, letters from strangers. One note read, "For the dog who showed us what courage looks like." Even kids at school started talking to Lily. A classmate told her, "You're brave." She blinked. "Me?" He smiled. "You didn't give up." Later, walking beside Buddy, Lily whispered, "I didn't, did I?" 1 month later, Buddy walked into school wearing a vest, therapy dog in training. Dr. Ramos had seen his gentle nature and knew he had something special. Twice a week, Buddy visited classrooms, offering quiet comfort to anxious or hurting students. Lily walked beside him, no longer silent, no longer afraid. At home, Eleanor watched, her heart full. One night she found Lily laughing while drawing Buddy with a superhero cape. "He tripped over it," Lily giggled. Eleanor smiled. "Sounds about right. Even heroes stumble sometimes." Lily leaned on her grandmother. "Do you think Mom and Dad would be proud?" "Oh, sweetheart," Eleanor said without hesitation. "I think they'd be glowing." Lily thought for a moment, then said, "I thought I was saving Buddy that day, but I think he saved me too." Eleanor held her close. That's what family is. People, or dogs, who never let you stay lost. And with Buddy resting beside them, the house, once so full of silence, was finally filled with peace again.